If you want to attract me, I want to feel pursued.
Your feelings do matter,
Yes.
but reality matters more than you.
So what was our first date? I'm only worth a kopitiam.
Do you think a girl should offer to pay?
I would. Did I?
Oh.
Oh, no, it's not. I'm sorry.
One question, two sides, and a first date that my wife does not remember.
I'm Teng.
And I'm Wong.
And this is Somethungwong.
So, what's Wong? Should the guy pay on the first date?
Ooh, this is quite talked about, I think.
Should or not?
Well, you paid on the first date, I remember.
Really?
Yeah. You even remember our first date?
Which one?
We had one. First one lah, the first one.
First one is which one?
Is the one at the Spanish restaurant at Vivo City.
No lah, before that got one more.
Got me?
Oh. Should the guy pay? I guess so.
But actually, how did it come about? The idea of the guy paying on the first date. What is the purpose behind it?
I think it's really, I mean, if you think about like olden times, right?
Yeah.
Women got no money on it. They have no jobs on.
That's true.
So in order to get a girl out, the guy has to pay what?
That's also true.
Yeah lor.
I guess.
So how can you not pay? You got to pay lah.
Right.
Right. I think guys generally are like supposed to be like the providers.
The breadwinners.
Yeah, in that sense.
Right.
And I think that whole idea has kind of like
Changed.
No, changed, like has been passed down.
Oh.
And then the whole idea of like should a guy pay on the first date, I think the reason why this is even being asked is because like you have the whole feminist movement that people are fighting for equality and blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff, right?
So
Right. So when the equality kind of has been fought for, then women now have earning power.
Mm-hmm.
Then the question comes, hey, you got no money, man? You got no money, then why you pay, right? Last time make sense, ma?
Right.
Yeah, lor.
So I was thinking about that as well. Like you would. So I think I was watching. I can't remember which video this was from, but a girl was talking about what she thought about the guy having to pay on the first date, and she said, "Yeah, definitely a guy has to pay." And her rationale was that she, as a girl, if you want to attract me, I want to feel pursued. So if you pay on the first date, then that's you pursuing me.
You know what can also make you feel pursued? Me running after you with a parang.
No, that's you're supposed to. It's about love, not.
Okay, look. I like. Okay, this is a raw point for me lah. Like the whole feeling, all this kind of whatever thing, right? Like I honestly, like, I think your feelings do matter,
Yes.
right? But reality matters more than your feelings.
Yes.
Okay, so if reality is that I love you and I care for you, but your feelings somehow don't perceive that, then that's also a huge problem, right?
Yeah.
And if let's say, for example, because of the way that society has raised us up in general, like human beings up, and that dictates that me paying on the first date is to most women a sign that I care, right? Then so be it lah, right? Because at the end of the day, my sentiment needs to be conveyed and interpreted by you through manifestations, through either my words, my actions, my expression, my body language, and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Right. But that being said, it doesn't need to be that one particular way, right?
Yeah.
Which comes to, I guess, maybe where a problem is. And this is no longer about like whether the guy pays for the first date or not, right?
Right.
Sometimes it becomes like, if you don't spend 10K on my wedding ring, then that means you don't love me. But is that really true? Right? Maybe yes, maybe no. Right. If I pay for our first date, but we go to kopitiam, can or not? I pay lah, but can I choose go to kopitiam? Right? Some women might get pissed off with that already, right?
Yeah,
Right.
they will say like,
哪位你这么
you
cheapskate 啊，带我去 kopitiam.
I'm only worth a kopitiam.
Yeah,
Visit.
but am I saying you are only worth a kopitiam? It could be that. I'm not arguing that it is or is not, right?
Certainly.
But could it also be me saying that, hey, I want to share my childhood with you because this was where I grew up. And I want to eat with you what I have eaten all the way. Right? Could it be that? It could also be that. Could it be both? Right? That a guy is actually kiam siap, and then he's trying to use his romantic story to make you feel nice. It could also be that, right? And then let's say, for example, I bring you out, I say that, and let's say I'm damn kiam.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're worth a restaurant steak dinner. Let's say, for example, that.
Yeah.
Right? And I bring you out to a kopitiam, and then I tell you this story. Then you feel nice and you feel pursued, right? But actually, reality is, I don't give a shit. Then how like that?
Which is very sad.
Right? So it's like, okay, yeah, on one hand, yes, I do think like the feelings do matter, because the feelings are a sense of what helps us kind of like navigate the world. I think that's like your very primal subconscious mind, right?
Yeah.
Helping you make very, very quick distinctions, like a vibe check.
Right.
Right? And it could be right and it could be wrong, but it is fast.
Okay.
Right? It is fast and it's very primal.
Right.
But ultimately, what matters most is also the reality lah,
Okay.
which needs time to process.
And it will show eventually
Hopefully.
if you are in a relationship,
Yeah,
right?
hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like at the end of the day, this whole like I pay for the first date or whatever. I mean, I get that the question is should the guy pay for the first date, but I think behind the question is just so much more than that lah.
Okay.
Right? So the question here, I think for a lot of, okay, not say girls or women, but also for men to think about, if I don't pay for the first date, what does that mean to you? And what does that mean to your partner?
Yeah.
Right? And then if I pay, just now I say what? If I don't pay, is it? If I don't pay, what does that mean?
Yeah.
For both parties. And if I pay, what does that mean for both parties?
Right.
Right? And I think, and this is the thing, that you know the whole Asian fight for the receipt,
Yeah.
right? I think that there is a very, very deep unspoken conversation that's being had there,
Right.
right?
Definitely.
Because you think about what's not being said, okay?
Yeah.
If I say, hey, I'll get the bill.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say party A. I say, I'll get the bill. Okay, what am I saying? I'm generous.
I have the money.
I'm generous. I have the money. I'm willing to pay.
Right.
Right? The other person, how? If he say, okay, can, no problem. What is he?
I don't
What
have
ma-
the money.
It could be that, right? That's why the other person will be like,
No.
no, let me pay. Right?
Yeah.
And then after that, you say, no, you take the next one. Right? But, and then that thing happens.
Yes.
To and fro. And what I have come to realize sometimes, right, is that sometimes how this is supposed to play out in the most meta sense.
Yeah.
Like meta as in like most effective tactic available, okay?
Oh.
Is that if you
Oh, I didn't know that's what meta means. Oh my gosh. I was
okay, meta got two
Today,
metas, okay?
yeah.
One meta is the metaphysical meta, which means like the outside of
yeah,
physics,
but
okay?
it makes so much sense.
The
Most effective.
meta of a game is most effective tactic available.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I will.
So the whole banter thing is the most effective. Okay, no, the meta of this Chinese banter or the Asian banter is that when we sit down already, right, we should roughly kind of already know like who's gonna pay already.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Generally speaking, like if a guy and girl sits down, the guy's probably gonna be the one that's paying. Right? Okay, if it's like birthday, whatever thing, the birthday person shouldn't be the one that's paying. If the host is the one that's hosting, then the host is the one. If you're doing a business contract, the person that is benefiting from the business is probably the one that's
Right.
probably, yeah. Okay, and sometimes it's very subtle.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really, really very subtle.
Yeah.
And sometimes there are certain rules in the game that needs to that changes things up, right? Like for example, if your boss is bringing you out, you should let him pay.
Yes.
Right? You should let him pay because if not, you don't give him face.
Right.
Because I 老板, how can I take my employees' money? Cannot ma, right? But in that situation, you also shouldn't seem like you are just. You also want to communicate and saying that, hey, I appreciate you paying for this, and I'm not being a leech.
I recognize that you are the boss and that you will pay for this, but I also myself I would like to contribute, but not
Like I want to tell you, hey boss, I appreciate it, and I'm not here just because of the dinner. You
Right.
get what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So then the main person who's supposed to pay, right, goes like, okay, I'll do it. Then you need to go. No, I won't. Then he insists one time. That's only when you can be like,
Oh no,
Yeah.
like sure, if you insist.
yeah, or you offer to pay a much cheaper one later.
Right. Or
Yeah.
you bring a gift.
Yeah, or it could be that or something
Right.
like that. Now then that allows for like that, okay, not say allows, that actually puts on the table that everyone is not in there just to stinge off the other person.
Yeah.
Right? I am willing to put something down.
I'm willing to share
Right.
the cost.
So like for example, right, like when I am with one of my clients, right, every time after the meeting, right, and we will be like, okay, let's go for lunch. He will insist to pay for the whole thing.
Certainly.
Right. And then I will also know not to push too
Accept.
hard.
Yeah.
Right. I should accept that because it's 人家的心意 lah. Right. You should just take. But then after that I'll be like, let me buy drinks. Let me buy drinks after. Let me buy coffee.
Right.
And then that works out lor. Yeah. And then once in a while maybe I will just purposely pay and then I'll be like, hey, then I'll be like, okay, never mind, you buy drinks later or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? That gives people like a 台阶 to 下.
Right.
Right? Because you also don't want it to be like, you imagine, let's say you are a rich guy, and then you go for a date with like a girl, and then the girl maybe not as rich as you or whatever, can't really afford the whole thing, and then you go down there and then she insists to pay, then you as a guy, you'll be like, it's also a bit like, huh? Like, 你不稀罕我的钱了, is it?
Oh.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
They got a bit of that feeling also lah.
Yeah.
And I think the whole like, so to come back to the question again, I think the guy should pay on the first date, but I think the girl should offer to pay also.
There actually is a scenario where I know a girl who will you will know whether she went out with the guy or not, or like accepted the guy, whether she offered to pay in return.
Right, sometimes it's also like that, right? If like you don't like the guy, okay, I assume if she doesn't like the guy, then she'll pay, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because 我不要欠你一个人情.
Yes, exactly. So you're right, it's about like what you're not saying that really matters. And I think that's in my opinion is that, you know, it really depends on what impression you want to make on that person that you're having dinner with.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know that this girl is the guy should pay on the first date kind, then very princess, then you pay pay on the first date lor. But I mean,
Do you think a girl should offer to pay?
I would. Did I?
Oh,
I don't remember. But I feel at this point of time that yes, the girl should offer to pay, especially if, you know, there are feelings of, if you want to have that image that I really appreciate you and I really like you too, and I like to do this again, and I would like, if we are in a relationship, I would like it to, this is that equal kind of, I want to contribute to this relationship as much as you do. Yeah, I offer to pay lah. Because I also have money, mom. Yeah, I'm earning my own keep. So yes, I would like to participate in this relationship or this.
Actually, come to think of it, also now I'm trying to think, because now you mentioned that the guy, the girl would accept the relationship depending, would accept the payment of the thing depending on whether she has accepted the relationship.
She is very 坎坷. She's very she knows exactly, and if she has the very inkling that she doesn't like this guy, she won't even give him the option to pay. She will just like, I'm going to the toilet, and then she'll go and pay for the meal. And then when he said, oh, can I get the check? Then he'll say, oh, it's already been paid for. Then it's like, damn, then you know.
Okay. So right, this is something that I just thought of,
Okay.
Okay. Cain and Abel.
Okay. Like the Bible, Cain and Abel.
Yeah, Bible Cain and Abel. The relationship that God has with Cain and Abel was actually shown in God's accepting of their offering.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Right.
Nah, like whether...
So actually, if someone offer to pay, right, and then you utterly fully reject them, right, actually it's that, oh.
Yeah. That's a
Right.
very good point. But I mean, there are also scenarios I feel
So
Yeah.
yes, guys should pay, and then the girls should accept but should accept in grace also.
I feel that whoever invited who out, I'm not sometimes it can be a mutual.
Oh, that's true.
appreciation.
What if the girl invite? If the girl invite, should the guy still pay?
I feel that the girl should offer to pay. Whoever is pursuing who, like that kind. Of course, you can't know for sure whether this person is, whether he likes you more or whether he likes you at all. But
Alright,
if
so
you
the
invited-
pursuer should pay regardless of the situation. If I'm trying to sign a business deal with you and I'm pursuing you, then I should be the one to pay.
right,
That's
or
me.
the inviter, like so exactly
Oh,
what
that's
you
true.
say.
That's true.
Like whatever you said just now about in a business meeting when I meet a client and I know that this client is of a higher status and all that. So I think you're right. I think in the same status issue, not almost the same status issue is that I invited you, you are my guest, so I should offer to pay. And if the invitee is very invested in this
Then he or she should accept it lah.
and do exactly what you said.
So
is
okay. So now let's say the girl is chasing the guy.
okay.
Girl invite the guy, then girl offer to pay. Should the guy insist on paying? Because I think that gender roles do play
Still
a part
matter.
here, right?
Yeah.
And it's almost as if, right, if I as a guy, I offer to pay and the girl says no, it is the girl rejecting me. But if it's a girl that's chasing and the guy says, okay, sure, go ahead and pay, it's as if the guy is rejecting the girl.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
I actually feel that.
So actually the guy
That's
should pay lah.
No, I think he should offer to pay. And if she insists on like, no, I invited you out, let me pay. And then he goes into like more of the, okay, you know what? You get this round, let me buy you drinks, let me get you a dessert, let me buy you ice cream. Then you know that, okay, he wants to spend more time with me,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's something there. Or if he said, okay, I get the next round, then you know that, oh, he wants to see me again.
Mhm.
That kind of thing. Compared to like, sure, thanks. Then oh shit. I feel like there is a little bit of an unspoken thing there that he's actually going.
Yeah, but I think that also works both ways. I feel like the offer back to be like, hey, let me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, but what if it's the I go toilet then I just pay?
then
Then you got no chance to say to accept or reject.
yeah. I think that is like for me that scenario is a flat out no. I mean thanks but no.
How what you mean thanks but no?
Because it's like 我不要欠你那个人情 I don't want to owe you something.
Then you just transfer the person back.
Yeah lor.
Is it say like that?
Yeah, like that lor.
So is it actually a nice thing to transfer money back?
Well, I actually
Because it's not complicated. Let's say for example let's say my mother's birthday.
Yeah.
And then my mother say, okay, let's eat already, and she genuinely says, let me buy this.
which happened recently. My mom did invite everyone out for dinner and then paid for the dinner. Her own birthday dinner.
Right? So I felt at that point that we should have
Transfer her
transferred
money back.
her money back.
So
But would that then be read as I don't want to 欠你这个人情?
I feel so. I feel like any form of like I'm giving you the money back is that I want to split half with you. I want it clean. I don't want to owe you anything. So what we did was that we bought a gift that was you know, if
Of-
as
of people
expensive,
standing lah,
Yeah.
something like that.
which was, yeah.
Mm.
So I think that comes as the money coming back, the benefit coming back, but in a different
It's
form.
the 心意 lah, right, I guess.
Mm.
But why can't the 心意 be I return the cash to you?
Yeah, you can also do that. So that was a lesson that I've learned actually last year when one of my colleagues stayed back really late, and I looked at the timing and I was like, wow, this one is unacceptable. And I wanted to give him money because you pay people for their OT, right?
Mhm.
So I gave him a significant amount, like in terms of the meaning. Like if you say it out, then it
Mhm.
says I think it was 3939, something like
Mhm.
something like that. I gave him like 300 plus,
Mhm.
$393.90, which sounds like thank you. In
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
thank you in
That's a
in
Japanese thing
Japanese.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so it matched. It's slightly more expensive than his hour rate, so we just but it also is like meaningful. Like I give you back. So if you want to give the money back, I feel like it should be
Oh, that's a very interesting thing because there was this case study that was done right on same thing also like corporate things,
right.
and they were like saying that okay, we want to reward. Let's say this person did like a XYZ thing, right, and they want to reward, so they reward it based on like the maybe like hour spent or something, and the hour spent maybe was like a low sum lah, right? Let's say for example it's really $39, right?
Right.
Then when you pay that $39 back, right, what happens is that the good and value that they have put in, right, has been erased off by the $39.
Yeah, I think
You get what I mean?
you explained this
Because when
before,
you pay back for the $39 or whatever thing, right, that means I am telling you whatever that you have just done is worth $39.
yeah, like your conscientiousness, your initiative,
Yeah.
your
Which
hard
could
work.
end up being very, very insulting.
That's very
Right.
true.
So having that whatever thing being put back, right, needs to be a vehicle or a medium, right, that carries more meaning than just like monetary value. Like
Yeah.
for example, when you say, I give you this thank you
Thank you.
thing. Okay, that's fine, right? Because I am the message that's being sent across is thank you so much for your work. It is not you are worth $39.
Yeah, like your 1 hour.
Yeah, it's not that. It could be hovering somewhere around there, but there is a deeper meaning to it.
Right.
Right? And similarly, perhaps like if let's say for example, someone treated you to $1,000 dinner, right? And you were supposed to pay back 500, right? Paying back 500 is not as meaningful as writing them a birthday a card or a special note. Right. Or giving them a bottle of wine that could be like $29 or something like that, right? But you wrap it up nicely. Because the meaning behind it is very different from here's the
value.
500.
Yeah.
Right? If I pass you just that $500, that means you and I had a dinner and that's it.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing all because I have just paid for my side and then that's it.
Yeah, we were just eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, yeah lor, I think got a lot of unwritten, like very nuanced.
Yeah. So if it comes back to that initial question, like should the guy pay on the first date? Yeah, I think it's very circumstantial. I
don't think, I think the guy should.
Okay.
Generally speaking, should. And like that should be the default. Then if anything goes past that, right, then you should be like, hey, I'm doing this not because I don't appreciate or I'm doing this not because blah, blah, blah. I'm doing this because da, 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 and you clarify it properly.
Right.
And that's proper communication.
Yeah.
Like for example, hey, I'm bringing you to this lapsa place because this was where I grew up and I wanted to. Yeah.
It's more valuable to me.
Yeah, and like you paint a narrative for them rather than just like doing it because sometimes it really backfires.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what was our first date actually?
The one at Outram McDonald's. Teriyaki chicken.
Was it so bad that I don't remember?
It was bad.
No, it's not. I just genuinely. Oh no! I'm sorry, but I really liked our second marriage. And I love you. I married you also, so that's that.
So what do you think? Did we say something wrong?
Like, share, and subscribe if there's something wrong with you.